Yes!
I am lucky to live on a coast. I love going to the beach and swimming in the ocean. There are a lot of benefits that come with being located on a coast in a tropical climate. But there are also a few bad things that come with it. One of them is excess humidity. I am currently using my 1997 Audi A6 C5. My 2005 Audi A6 C6 is currently parked. Do you see that? That is how much humidity is being sucked out of this room. And do you know what's in this room? Let me show you. My C6. The reason why I have parked my C6 in a controlled environment is the humidity out there. Humidity is a very bad thing for a car that's been parked. Even if you have shut the doors and locked everything, humidity will always find its way to get in. And if the car is not ventilated once in a while, that humidity will stay in and start damaging materials. There are a lot of materials on this car that are made to last, and that should normally how can I say this, outlast even in humidity. But excess humidity will always cause issues. This is a luxury car, and the materials that are used are high-end materials that normally should not have issues with humidity, but still when parked in an area with too much humidity, these high quality materials will also start suffering from that humidity, and that humidity will end up damaging them in the long run. So knowing that, I always park my car in a controlled environment. I turn on the AC once in a while to help suck the humidity that may have entered the room, because even if this room is locked and sealed, humidity always finds its way to get in, and eventually that humidity will end up entering the car, and with time the materials will start being affected by that humidity. One of the things that mostly fails because of the humidity is the headliner. I recently made a video about the headliner. Uh, they use a sort of glue inside the headliner, and that glue with too much humidity will start coming off, and that's when the headliner falls off. One other thing that usually happens is the speaker's dust cap. So when there's too much humidity, that humidity enters the doors, and the speakers absorb that humidity and become sort of wet. You can't see it, but it's damp, slightly damp, and that humidity causes the glue that is used to stick the speaker cap to come off. And when you start playing music and you turn on the bass and the volume, the cap on the speaker just come off, and then you will start having a rattling speaker or rattling speakers in the car. That's another thing that can be caused by the humidity. There are a lot of things humidity can cause. Can affect the hoses inside the car. It can damage the tires. The whole car can be affected by humidity. So it's a good thing to make sure that humidity doesn't affect your car by ventilating the car often. And if you are not available to ventilate the car by opening the door, starting it, running it for a while, a controlled environment like this one is what's ideal. So you park it here, and it's away from outside air, and even if outside air finds its way to get in the room, it won't be as bad as if the car was parked outside. And at the same time, having an AC in the room is a plus, because turning on the AC once in a while will help suck that humidity out of the room and the car. So what I usually do is when I turn on the AC, I open all the doors, because even if the doors are shut, like I said earlier, humidity finds its way to get in. So I open the doors so that humidity that may have entered the cabin gets sucked out. So also when I park the car, let me show you. I need to take out the key. The reason why I'm using the key is because the battery is disconnected on purpose. So the reason why I disconnect the battery is because when the car is parked for a long time, see, the battery is disconnected. I don't know if you can see it. It's disconnected. So when the car is parked for a long time, I have noticed that the battery gets drained. You know, I don't know if it's normal, but I believe that even if your car is not running and it's parked, there are a few electronic programs that run once in a while, and these programs feed off the battery. So that's why I believe even in dealerships, when they park the car with brand new batteries or good conditioned batteries, they always connect the battery to a charger, because they know that even if the car is sitting, it will be sucking some power. So to avoid that the car depletes the battery completely of its energy while it's parked for weeks, I just go ahead and disconnect the battery when I park it. in my controlled environment. And when I reconnect it, let me show you. When I reconnect the battery, let me do this real quick. Oops. Let's wait for the MMI to do its thing. So one thing I have noticed when you disconnect the battery and put it back on is a lot of things get reset. The date, the time, the odometer, and probably the seat settings. But that's no big deal. These are things I can set again easily. Just waiting for the MMI to finish booting. Alright, so I'm gonna turn on the ignition. I'm not gonna start the car in here. And I just wanted to show you the battery level. See, 100%. The car is being parked for 2 weeks now, and the battery isn't affected one bit because I have disconnected it. There. So let me just disconnect it again real quick. There. Disconnected. All right, so that's how I keep my car when I'm not using it. And the car rewards me by staying fresh and beautiful, and the interior is still fine, almost like new. And I like it. Thanks for watching.